Every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Listen, we're holding it down for Commander General Yahanna. He will be here very shortly to rock it out and lead this show. Also, we're here with General Mayab. Give him a hand. We're here with Officer Marab, Officer General Hazayah, Officer Adad, Officer Marab, Officer Yedaya. What are the troopers' names in the back? What's your name, Doc?
Officer Badaya.
Officer Badaya. Who else? Officer, I'm Trooper Nabab. Go ahead. Trooper Bakar, y'all give them a hand, holding the whole zone together. Most High in Christ, Commander General Yahanna will be here very shortly. We'll hold it down until he gets here. Of course, here we are in hell again. Here we are, a light in the darkness again. We'll bring out all of the stories that, of course, your preacher will never talk about or doesn't care about because it didn't happen to anybody that he would give a damn about. But we'll talk about it tonight, brother, all right? We'll go with the stories. Officer, you die whenever you're ready.
High Court asked to review men-only draft registration law.
The High Court, I'm assuming they're talking about the Supreme Court, right? That's the High Court, or one of the, or the highest court in America. The 9 judges that sit on the Supreme Court of the United States. Now they're reviewing male-only draft rules. That was obviously going to happen. The minute the oppressors' daughters decided to press for feminism so that they could rule the world over their male counterparts. Most women out there, Black and Hispanic women, you don't know. Our oppressor is fighting a war everywhere with everything. And our oppressor's daughters are fighting their husbands and their brothers for dominance on the planet Earth. Remember, our oppressors' women are still oppressors. And because of that, they want power. I watched the TV, and I turned the TV on. I remember just 5 years ago how you would find some male leads in a TV show. I think in 5 years, brother, every lead on a TV show is a woman. Everyone. There is nothing that doesn't have a woman who is 100-pound oppressor's daughter beating the hell out of 300-pound men on every action movie, on every TV show, doing everything. Well, this is why that is. There was a plan in action from oppressors' daughters that decided they were going to fight their men for dominance because they're oppressors and they love conflict. So now white women are fighting white men and they're winning. White women have won and they are dominant and they are conquering white men right now in the earth.
Tomb Raider,
pushing them. Tomb Raider rock is, it's everything. You pick the thing. You pick the thing where 100-pound white woman can beat up 10 men with her bare hands to make white women sit at home think, you know what, I'm better than these men. I'm not equal to these men. That's for Black people to fight for equality. White women say there is no job that a man can do that we can't do better. Everyone has heard that statement. Can you imagine if Black people had a statement like that? There is white women have this mantra, and brother, all of us have heard it. It's coming out the walls. What the world really needs is a woman president, because if a woman was president, she would be better than a male president. There is no job that a man does that a woman can't do better. That is everywhere, General Maya.
Even on your superhero, the Marvels thing, I think 2 of the most powerful ones is them women. Yeah, Captain Marvel girl. Yeah, and then that Wanda with all that, she could do just anything.
It's everything. Yeah. There is not a thing that it doesn't. It's you pick the thing. In anything, it's a white woman, and she is far more masculine, far more rugged, far more no nonsense, take no prisoners. She's Tom Cruise. Right. Now, she's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Why? Because she fought Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tom Cruise for dominance, and she won. She won. So now, because of that, they're going to be the heads of every agency. If you are a Fortune 500 company, you better go hire a woman to be an executive. You better. You better go get a white woman to lead your Hollywood studios, your corporations. You must have a white woman in front of the camera and behind the camera, leading the whole thing, or else you're going to fall because of what's that thing they use? What's that thing? I forget the name of it. They use for women to get rid of men, the white men. That thing that name, Me Too. You're going to get Me Too. Me Too makes white women executives. That's what Me Too does. It makes white women superheroes. It makes white women action heroes. And they have won. Congratulations. You fought you fought the patriarchy and you won. Good job. Here's the problem. For it to work, black women have to go and get drafted and die in Iraq. Mm-hmm. That's what has to happen. Or else this whole thing doesn't work. Because white women have to fight in the movies. Mm-hmm. Black women have to fight in Iraq. Mm-hmm. You understand? Yep. White women get to fight in Guardians of the Galaxy too. Hispanic women have to many fathers would take their wealth before they died, transfer it into slaves if they had a daughter and they didn't have a son, because she could own slaves and they would give, and so a father would give his daughter slaves as an inheritance, thereby making her a more attractive woman for men to marry. Wow. So now white men, oppressors wanted to marry her because she had so many slaves. And she was cruel. It's a famous story I hate to even talk about a white woman who was so cruel to one of her slaves that she made this slave sleep standing up. And this slave learned to sleep standing. Now that's in that book, Haas. It's in that book. Mm-hmm. It's in the book where she was so cruel. And so she wanted her slaves to always, and when I say slaves, I mean this was a female slave. Because, of course, female slaves would tend to female slave owners. So she would have a group of black girls from the tribe of Judah that would tend to her. Mm-hmm. Well, her slaves couldn't go lay down and sleep because they had to tend to her. And so her female slaves learned to sleep standing like horses. And in the book, somehow, they learned it. And I tried it, and many times when I read the book, I said, well, how would I learn to sleep standing up? Like, how is that even physiologically possible to be a human being and to learn to sleep like a beast of burden, like a cow or like a horse? And these girls did it, brother. Girls. There was another story in that book. They were her slaves, where a little black girl was accused of stealing a biscuit to eat. Clearly, she was in close to starvation. Or she didn't even do it, one or the other. Well, she was accused of stealing a biscuit. And this white woman made this black girl lay her head under her rocking chair leg as she rocked all day on this girl's neck until she was dead. Now, this story got famous because abolitionists found out about it and would use this story to say, slavery has to end, man. This white woman rocked a chair on a girl's neck all day as punishment for stealing a biscuit. That's in this book. So that white woman that you have in your bed while you're a rich black man, she's a stripper or a babysitter or some whore that has had sex with everyone, and now you're her current new black buck. You are in a long line of the daughter of the oppressor who has taken and spoiled the best of our men. And it's book, and you should read about it. Well, guess what else oppressors' daughters have done? They have pushed and pushed and pushed until now they're opening the books to draft women. And I don't know how they're going to not draft women, because women are equal to men. Better, really, right? They're better than men. So if you draft a woman, really, she'll do a better job than a male draftee. And you can guess who in the hell is going to get drafted, right? Rich people get out of being drafted. Ask Donald Trump. Donald Trump got drafted 12 times. Go look it up. 12. He had 12. What's the name of it? It begins with a D. Draft deferrals?
Deferments.
Donald Trump had 12 draft deferments because he had a bone spur in his foot. So there's no way he could fight with that Haas. Nothing he could do with that. He had his shoes hurt. When he put on boots, his feet hurt. When he went on long runs, his feet hurt. Okay? Of course, he never went on a long run, but that bone spur meant if he would have run, it would have hurt. He had 12 deferments. George Bush had deferments. Rich people get out of being drafted. Rich people go to college. And guess what? If you're in college, you can get an automatic deferment from going to college.
Sir, if I could, that movie called Platoon, when Charlie Sheen played that role, right? He said it in the movie. He said, watch the rich kids always get away and not go to war. I wanted to go to war, which means he could have had a deferment and not shown because he was rich. His family was rich. Anybody
getting drafted wants to go. Because when I say anybody, I mean any rich person. Rich people can get out of that easy. Back in Rome, you paid a certain amount of money, you can get out of it. During the Civil War, you could pay an amount of money and not get drafted. And that's what always has been. And so the next time there's a draft, and there will be another draft, the next time it happens up, poor people are fighting in that war, which means poor Black and Hispanic women and North American and Native American Indian women who can't pay the money to get out of it, who can't enlist in college and get out of it, who can't fake an injury because they know the doctor and get out of it, they're getting drafted. And you can thank the oppressor's daughter for that, General Mayer.
Right. Is this story is about the men trying to fight against the women, like the men only, I think it said.
Say it one more time.
Is this about the men trying to, they said it's high court is reviewing a men only draft.
Exactly.
So they're trying to get the women out.
No. Okay. Right now, currently in America, you can only draft men.
Okay.
Right now.
Oh, so you're reviewing that change. I got you.
They're reviewing the fact that the draft is men only. But how could that be? When any job a man does, a woman can do better.
Yep.
So now, because men can only be drafted, the oppressor's daughters are saying that is, blow my mind, sexist. Because why else would you only draft men if women can fight just as well as a man, even better? And they're going to fight and change that law. And me, as just a logical man, I don't know how you uphold that, a man only draft. Because already women are allowed to be special forces right now. A woman can join the special forces. Come on.
That movie, what's the one?
G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane and the new one, Without Remorse.
Yeah, that's based in a true life story. The woman who signed up for the Navy SEALs, she didn't make it, however. She couldn't do it. But they don't highlight that part. But that's a real lesbian, that's a real member of the gay community who also was an oppressor's daughter. And they couldn't stop her from joining the Navy SEALs. Well, if she can be a Navy SEAL and she can be a fighter pilot and they're passing laws to let her be a combat soldier, who is going to stop her from getting drafted? Right. She's getting drafted. Here's the problem. She's going to pay money and not get drafted. If she's George Bush's cousin, right? If she's Donald Trump's niece, she's not getting drafted. But Black and Hispanic women, they're going to shove a bulletproof vest on them giant breasts and send you over to Iraq. Congratulations, women made it, yo. Give them all a hand. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Any job a man does, we can do better. Next.
Pack of wild animals. UK police say black boy chased down, stabbed to death on busy street by grown white men was subjected to racial slurs.
Do we have video? I appreciate that. Salaki. Do we have video?
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
The video's not in the article, but I have seen the video.
No problem.
There is video of it.
So this is in the UK. Do you know where? Or does it say where? Yeah, I mean, what city is it in the UK?
West Midlands.
West Midlands? This is in West Midlands. Shout out to Captain Parasha. Give him a hand.
That's
over
right.
there in the UK. That's the Lord's captain in the United Kingdom. This story, I think we're good to go from here. This story is in the United Kingdom. Break it down and tell me what happened. He died.
On Tuesday, a detective with the West Midlands Police in Central England announced concerns that authorities, excluding the possibility that the death of a 14-year-old black boy may have been racially motivated, after initially saying there was nothing to suggest the boy's death had anything to do with race.
Of course not. How could it? Keep reading.
On Monday, May 31st, a 14-year-old black boy was identified as Dejon Reed, was chased down by a group of people on College Road. He was stabbed in the chest on a busy road in Kingston, Birmingham. The teenager collapsed.
Where it happened, North Birmingham. It happened in Birmingham, England, North Birmingham, England. Go ahead.
Colonel will come. North Birmingham, the teenager collapsed on the road and died on the scene. Authorities believe the boy was involved in a fight that broke out prior to the stabbing. Reed had reportedly been playing soccer before the clash. Marbury also said that that racial language directed at Reed was used before the murder was committed.
Let me tell you something. Because of over excited sense of self-importance, many people in America don't understand the kind of oppression that our brothers and sisters are serving outside of America, man. But over there in the UK, brother, they have something called soccer hooligans.
Mm-hmm.
And they are like, imagine the skinheads. Think about just the skinheads drunk. You take an average Kentucky skinhead and just get him drunk off of the cheapest beer in the world. That's a soccer hooligan. And those are the ones, if you go to a soccer match over in the UK, they throw bananas at the Brazilian team. They just start tossing bananas at him and calling him monkeys. And this is a very common thing in the UK that no one talks about at all. All you give a damn about is Harry and Meghan. Meghan and that white woman Meghan and that oppressor Harry and that oppressor's daughter Meghan are the only people from England you give a damn about. About her, and they're constantly seeking attention every day. I never seen two people that left the UK because the press was hounding them too much to come over to America and stay in the goddamn news every day in America when they supposedly left the UK because the paparazzi was too much for them and they wanted just to live like normal people in Oprah's couch. They wanted to just be normal, sitting in Oprah's house, being guarded by Tyler Perry, and in the news every day for making a damn baby, every minute of the day. All you care about in the UK is Meghan and Harry. And what black woman would marry some old redhead white man any goddamn way? You have to be a totally sick white woman to marry some old red-penised, red-haired thing like that Harry is. Here's the good news. He didn't marry a black woman.
Nope.
Harry married a white woman.
That's right.
Meghan is white. Meghan is the oppressor's daughter. How's that, young? Not our daughter, but the oppressor's daughter. Well, let me tell you what else is happening in the UK. They're stabbing and killing the tribe of Benjamin. Stabbing and killing the tribe of Judah. That's what they're doing over in the UK. Over soccer. And of course, the oppressor is getting beat to death in the soccer game because he is non-athletic, non-intelligent, slow, and disgusting. And so those Benjamites and Judites are running him ragged up and down. Not a soccer field. What's a soccer field called in the UK? Someone look that up. It's not called a field. It's called something else. Let me know, UK. Type in. It's called something else. Anyway, they're getting their ass whooped in soccer, and they behind whooped in soccer, my ass. And after they get beat in soccer, they kill the brothers that beat them. They beat them to death or stab them. And this is happening all the time. But of course, whenever it happens, you know what the police say over there? They say this is not racially motivated. This is about soccer. This has nothing to do with him being black. This is not a hate crime. This is not racist. This is just boys will be boys. That's all it is. They just had a little too much to drink and they got mad after the soccer match, ignoring the fact that every time they do this, the opponent is from Brazil. The opponent is Hispanic. The opponent is West Indian. The opponent is from the tribe of Judah. What are you looking for over here? You looking for video? You want to play it? What is this video of? See me with the chaser, please, if you don't mind. Let's watch it. I appreciate that. If you want the troopers can do it, you know, this brother's a trooper right here, is he not? You might want to give him a hand now.
Diamond.
If you want, Abba, you can just let him know what to do, okay? For what?
Play it again, Play it again.
That was it. So we don't have the actual murder, but
Right there.
the murder is on there. Let me see.
Diamond.
Yeah, but they get stabbed too. If I could, just to let everybody know, the place that they play in soccer is called a soccer pitch. The pitch, right? It's not called a field, it's called a pitch. And you get killed for winning the game if you're black. If you're Hispanic, if you're a West Indian, you get murdered over there from soccer hooligans killing you because you could run faster, kick that ball, bounce it on your head. You're going to get stabbed for winning the game in the UK. And no one gives a damn because Meghan and Harry had another bastard. Because Meghan and Harry birthed the bastard into this world, this won't make the news. Is this on the news? I doubt it. You know why? Meghan and Harry had a brand new red-headed bastard this week. I don't know if you know. Did you ask Oprah? Ask her. She'll tell you. Ask Tyler Perry. They had a brand new red-headed bastard. And here's the thing that made me sick. On the news this week, they said, well, this is the first time that a royal was born outside of the UK. And they said, well, does that mean that this royal cannot become king? And they said, no, they can. If this baby wants, this baby is 8th in line to the throne. This baby can either decide to just be an American citizen, or this baby can go be king or queen of England. And I said, well, that is nice, Isupk. So you telling me they can leave the UK, take no responsibilities, not have to deal with the UK's press, not have to go and suffer the rigid lifestyle that you have to suffer if you're in the royal family. Go have kids in America and be loved by everybody because Oprah has you sitting on her stupid couch and Tyler Perry guards your house. And then maybe if one day you decide to be queen, go be queen. You can and this is how you know that baby is white. That baby is an oppressor because that baby can do whatever it wants.
Yep.
That baby can be an American citizen who deserves her privacy, and you should leave her alone because she's a private citizen. Or that baby can go be queen of England if she jumps on a plane. She can do anything like Bruce Jenner. You want to be a white woman? Then they better leave you alone because of the Me Too movement. I'm a woman. So now because I'm a woman, you can't talk about me. You can't do anything to me because hating Bruce Jenner is hating the transgender community, and he is a woman. You can go sign up for women's sports. If you're a white man, if you're an oppressor, you can go put a wig on and be the best basketball player at your high school, or be the #1 wrestler in college because you're a man with a wig on, or you can go be king, or you can be a regular citizen. You can do what you want. And guess what? Because of this, they're not willing to lose a soccer game, Ak. They're not losing a neighborhood soccer game because they're oppressors and they expect to win. And when they lose, they cannot handle it. They can't handle being slower than you and not as smart as you. They can't handle that out, and they're going to kill you over doing it. Anything else? Solid. You want to read a precept, or you got another good story? Yeah, let's give him a hand, because that's exactly where we should have went just now. And I see you've been around long enough. You done got seasoned by now, Yediah. That was a seasoned choice he just made to go to Floyd Mayweather after this story. You thought that filthy heathen was going to beat one of the greatest boxers in history. Like, the gall of it, Maya, astonishes me. Mm-hmm. Like, why was this even? This should have been like, oh, this is a joke. This is not even, this is, you know what? Back in the day, look up kangaroo boxing. Look that up. There was a time when people used to go see a kangaroo fight a person up. A kangaroo. You think I'm exaggerating? I am not. Meaning everyone came down to the docks to see the kangaroo who, some poor kangaroo, they must have starved and beat to death. They taped gloves to the poor thing's hand and would fight him, would whoop his ass and punch him all in the goddamn face. That's it right there. Look at that.
Step
one. For
one.
a second while I drink this drink. Go ahead. Yeah, please, if you don't mind.
Logan Paul goes the distance with Floyd Mayweather in exhibition bout.
In a what bout?
An exhibition bout.
You know what that means? Exhibition. Man, this ain't real, yo.
Mm-hmm.
This is for show. This is because you like this kind of thing. Let me show you another exhibition bout right here. This is old. Now, meaning this is them doing it in the current day. But they would do this during the time of slavery. Look at this here. There you go, Maya. There you go. He's making a good show of it. The poor thing. Oh, Lord, he knocked him out, Maya. Listen, our oppressor must be stopped. And only because he's an oppressor would anybody pay to see this. That's the only reason that anybody cares. Just like the great white hype. Look that up. That's an old term from the 20s. And that was a term for anybody that was willing to fight Jack Johnson. If you were willing to fight Jack Johnson, you were the great white hope because no white man could beat him. And they were searching the globe for any old McGillicuddy or McGrewhan that was willing to get in the ring with Jack Johnson and have his teeth punched the hell out of his head. But guess what? Every match, people came to see it because they were hoping he would win. And that term began to be called the Great White Hope, which turned into the Great White Hype because, of course, no white man could beat him. Come on.
So, like I said, would you bring it out?
You should get on the camera, too. They hear you talking all the time. Just sit right up there. Wait a second until you get up on the camera. All right.
Would you, so like I said, if I may, would you bring it out would you bring it out right now, sir? It's so heavy, especially with Jack Johnson. I was reading a documentary on him, and it was a young, when Louis Armstrong was young, when Jack Johnson won the heavyweight title of the world, they said Louis Armstrong said he was running errands for the barkeep, and the brother that was barkeeping told Louis, to run home, don't stop. Because the oppressors were getting ready to riot because Jack Johnson won the world heavyweight championship.
Brother, they cannot handle losing because they are accustomed to having the game fixed in their favor. Yeah. It's like someone who's a sore winner. Can you understand that concept, Maya?
Yeah.
It's like he's a sore winner. He wins all the time, which should satisfy him. But no, he's not. Winning makes him more angry. He's more vicious because he wins all the time, which is hard for me to even understand. I have attempted to try to understand it through my years in the truth under Commander General Yahanna, but I can't understand not being in a blissful state, in a heavenly mind state, because I win all the time anyway. I got so much. I have so much. Yeah, I'm not the best boxer. Who cares? I don't own the moon. Who cares? But he, for some reason, because he wins, is more angry. Haas.
So I know one time back in the world, my old slave we had an award ceremony, right? And I had got like about maybe 9 or 10 awards, and my partner at the time got 8. I mean, we stood up there, they kept calling our names. The whole crowd was laughing. They all me clapping and everything and cheering us on. So after it was all over with, now this particular time I put my whole family. Little sister, my mother-in-law, everybody came, right? Mm-hmm. My mother-in-law said, "Come here." So what's up? And she had this serious look on her face. I mean, she was dead serious, like something had happened. I'm like, what's going on? What's wrong? She said, "Son, let me tell you something. You better watch yourself." I said, "What you mean?" You was up there getting all them awards, and not one of your white coworkers or your oppressor coworkers clapped for you. They had a look on their face like they wanted to get up there and strangle and kill you for all them awards you was getting. You better be careful out here in the streets, boy. I was like, wow, Ma, I said, I already know. Like, I already know. But it just, that's how they are, sir. They want to get everything. And when you get something, they can't take it because everything belongs to them.
And that's the real story of Meghan and Harry over there in the UK. They have gotten so much that the fact that they can't have total privacy when they want it, it angers them to leave the country because they're supposed to have everything. It's like, okay, I try to imagine it like this. Imagine hitting the lottery, which is what has happened if you're white. If you're white, you have hit the lottery. You go look at the numbers, in the statistics. You have hit the lottery if you're, come on.
Allah Panya. Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barak.
Yeah, I was
Clap it up.